Okay, so I'm just going to quickly go over this starter. Hopefully quickly. Okay, so each of these you just need to tell whether it is rational or irrational. Counting numbers, rational. Irrational, you need to check on the calculator. I mean, not irrational, square roots. Square root 7, big ugly decimal, that is irrational. So we're going to put an I. Then 1/7, as you recall, all fractions are rational. And -7 can be made a fraction by putting a 1 under it. That is rational. 25, like we said, counting numbers are rational. Square root of 25. I know what that is without checking it on the calculator, but maybe you don't, so let's check. Square root of 25 is 5. That is rational. Then we have 7/25. Remember, ratio, fraction, rational, it's the same thing. And -25 is an integer, a negative whole number. That is rational. Okay, to simplify, we're going to answer in exponential form. Okay, so what I need here is a text box, and I am going to put in a fraction. And I'm going to do some writing out the long way here. Now, I'm not going to do 20 of these. Watch what I am going to do. A times A times A times A times. How many more do I need? 16 more. Oops. Up here. I'm going to see if I can get... Okay. And I need... Come on. 16 more. Nope. Stay there. Man. Really annoying. Okay. Then, in the bottom, how many do I need altogether? Well, I need 16. A times A, and I'm going to put ... Nope. ... 16 total. So, if I cross out, if I cancel here, oh, and how did I get 16 on the bottom? Because 8 A's multiplied together times 2. I need 2 sets of 8. That's going to be 16. So now I'm going to come down here and I'm going to get a line, and I'm going to say, okay, 16 of these are going to cancel with 16 of these, and that's all of those. So how many do I have left is the question right here. I have 4 of them left, so that's my answer. Here we go. I'm going to put it in black so that you can read it. And it's going to say A, that I'm doing Shift 6 to do whatever that's called, an exponent, and 4. A to the 4th power. It didn't turn black, but that's okay. A to the 4th power is that answer, and I'm going to put a box around it because that's my answer. Okay, this one, B to the -2 times B to the 4th to the 1st. Well, B to the 4th to the 1st, that's easy because that's 4 B's multiplied together only one time. So that's just B to the 4th. And B to the -2, what does that mean? Well, if you recall, what it means is that this is repeated division instead of repeated multiplication. The opposite of multiplication is division. So we are going to get a fraction here. And in the numerator, for this term, I'm just going to have a 1 because I got to put 2 B's on the bottom for that. Times, and we're going to have 4 B's from this in the numerator, because if I made it a fraction, they would have 1s under the bottom. So I'm going to go B times B times B times B, 4 of them. On the bottom here, I'm going to have these 2 B's that are dividing, so B times B. And that's what I have on the bottom. Now there it is the long way. What can I 1 out? Well, I can do this B divided by that B is 1. This B divided by that B is 1. And 1 can go away into 1. And what do I have left? Well, it looks to me like I have b times b, or b squared. So text box, and I'm going to open the equation editor so I can do the squared. B shift 6 to the second power is the answer. And I'm going to put a box around that so I know that's my answer. All right. C to the fourth all to the negative 2. That means I'm going to do C, 4 C's 2 times in the denominator. So, text box again. I'm going to do in the denominator, so I need a fraction. I'm going to come down here and do 4 C's 2 times, so that's 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. That's that whole term there. C to the 0 power. What is any number to the 0 power? Well, that's 1. And down here on the bottom, I have 6 more C's. So I'm going to move this whole thing over so I have more room. Times 1, 2, 3, not 6. Oh, I'm silly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I had the 8 from this term that had to go in the denominator, and I have the 6 from this term that are already there, and all I have on the top is a 1. So how many C's do I have on the bottom? Well, if I have 8 of them and 6 more, that's going to be 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that whole thing equals 1 over, so here's my fraction, 1 over C, shift 6 to the 14th power. And there's the answer. Again, I'm going to put a box around it. Hopefully you knew to save this in your on your Google Drive. I'm going to put it in 2020 math stuff, and I'm going to put it in 8th grade stuff because you're an 8th grader. And I didn't need to double click that, so I'm going to go back to 2020 math stuff. You just single click the folder you want it in and click select, and it will save there. Good job. Thanks for listening.